Hello, 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 beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day, and happy sacred sexual Saturday. So, I wanted to apologize first for not being around for the past, I don't know, week or so, well, a couple weeks, I want to say, probably a few weeks. I was assaulted, and so I just wasn't 100% there physically or energetically to really be able to tap into these energies. I'm not all the way there yet, in a physical sense, but energetically, I feel a lot better, a lot stronger, and I miss you guys, and I miss connecting with you guys, and I miss giving these messages, and I miss channeling. So I'm here. We're in Cancer season. It's a beautiful holiday weekend here in the States, and I want to see what the sexual energies are for everyone, and tap back in and reconnect now that we're in the last half of 2022. So important. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What does the collective need to know about the sexual energies going on this weekend? Ooh, ooh. All right. Stop there. Right here. All right. So first we got the hangman, right? So we see that the divine feminine here, her arms are bound while the masculine is kind of just catering to her. Taking a moment to just chill and relax, recalibrate, right? Seeing things from a different perspective. Her feet are up in the air, but her hands are bound. And her feet are crossed, right? So at any point she can uncross them and allow the pleasure to ensue. So maybe for some of you, this is kind of remembering that at any point you can uncross your legs and free yourself if you choose. For others of you, this is just kind of like an indication to play a little, right? Maybe do a little BDSM this weekend and try something a little bit different. Okay. Ooh, and then we have the world card showing up, right? Cornucopia, happiness, fullness, cycles changing. So this masculine is at the feet of the divine feminine, but giving her the ultimate pleasure through like the foot fetish areas. So the feet is something that you're into. Maybe this is a card for you, like, hey, maybe that's something you want to try. It's really just giving me an energy of sexual pleasure does not always have to be about penetration. So massage, caressing, words of endearment, affection. Again, there's a lot of meridian points in our feet that connect to the other areas of our body. So giving the right foot massage can be very erotic. And I feel like that's what's going on with this energy, like trying to do eroticism in a different way. Especially with the fact that she looks like she's laying on a table, kind of surrounded by food. It's almost like she's a part of the feast as well. So maybe that's something else you want to do. Maybe you want to try a little body painting or like trying different foods again. There's a lot of like fetish exploration energy with this card. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Just a 333. So it almost looks like his hand is over her mouth, but not shutting it. Like hand over, but like a slight caress, like almost like she's licking his fingers. I don't know, I'm feeling like this energy for this weekend is really about foreplay, exploration, trying new things, doing things a little differently, mixing things up. Um, Kind of focusing kind of more on like the erotic sides of life. So again, there's a lot of energy here of role play, fetishes, seeing things from a different perspective, BDSM, right? Let's see what else. Because it looks like the same feminine and masculine in every picture. So I feel like this is just kind of like a guideline to the collective to try something a little new, like switch things up a little bit. Don't be afraid to explore your more sexual, sensual sides. All right. Coming out. Perfect. Anything else? No? All right, so we got the Knight of Cups, Knight of Chalices coming in. We have the Tower coming in. The King of Cups or Chalices coming in. And the Seven of Pentacles. So, from what I'm seeing with this energy of eroticism and fetishes and just trying something new, I feel like it makes the divine feminine a little vulnerable at this time, like to expose herself in that way. And there's a fear energy behind it, right? A fear that, like, we will be seen in an unhealthy or unloved way. Like, we'll be judged by our desires and our needs. So, yeah, because my throat's closing up. So if you're a divine feminine that's maybe hesitant and expressing yourself, know that, like, you need to stand in your truth, right? Like, fully be here, fully be vulnerable, and not be afraid of the judgments and the criticisms of other people surrounding you and how you're feeling about your sexual exploration, your sexual growth, your sexual joys and pleasures. Like, there's nothing wrong. Sex is a gift given to us by the divine to recreate life. Like, we're supposed to enjoy it and reproduce and recreate life. So there's nothing wrong with enjoying and being a part of your sexual pleasure. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's about expressing yourself honestly. It's about communicating with your partner. It's about, like, exploring different avenues. That's really what I'm getting with this energy. Right? And this King of Cups, this is a masculine who's secure in their emotions and their feelings, right? So if, again, divine feminine, if this is you, this is very, very clear energy. If this is you that wants to take yourself to the next level, right? Like, trust in the support that's coming around you. Don't judge yourself for this. Again, there's like a really emotionally secure and mature masculine energy around you that's gonna kind of help you explore that, right? And wants to support you in exploring that. See, here we have once again this energy of just like wanting to explore, bringing in foods, bringing in different things. See, it almost looks like she's holding sausages, or it could be like a red string, right? You know, like, again with the BDSM energy, right? Tying up, little spanking, little nipple play, little clamps, like all of that stuff. There's nothing wrong with these things. If this is what you want to do so consensually and in a healthy way. I think there's a misconception with BDSM that it is negative and that it's abusive, right? Like, that's the energy that I'm getting from this. And it's not. When you're having consensual sex with someone and you guys are in this mode where one person is the dominant and one person is the submissive, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because you guys are always on the same page. We have safe words. We know our hard limits. We're having conversations. But if you're in a situation where the eroticism and the fetishes and the exploration makes you feel unworthy, lacking, hurting, scared, like you don't have a choice, then that is not a healthy divine relationship. That is narcissism, that is abuse, and that is not for you. Those are two very different energies. This energy that I'm seeing here, this beautiful energy, is about a couple, right? A masculine energy and a feminine energy that are ready to explore things at another level, right? Where it's not solely about penetration, it's about communication, it's about exploration, it's about togetherness. Okay, so maybe even for some of you, you want to start looking into maybe like tantric sex or things like that. There's different connections here. But just knowing and understanding that your desires and your needs and your fetishes don't make you a bad person, and don't stop judging yourself for these things. Again, this exploration, this growth, this step, this role play, all this fun that we're having is consensual. right? We're having this consensual, amazing experience with someone else in a really healthy dynamic, right? So I feel like I have to keep saying that. Like, this is a healthy thing. Your sexual exploration is healthy. Your sexual growth is healthy. There's nothing wrong with understanding that, like, your partner's pleasure is your pleasure and their pleasure is and vice versa. It's like your pleasure is my pleasure and my pleasure is your pleasure, right? So there's nothing wrong with that, and that beautiful give and take. And all of these energies, I'm seeing a masculine who really is willing to pour in and wants to take it to another level with this feminine, but there's this fear behind them, judgment, the self-criticism, right? Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups. Yep. So again, nothing wrong with a little BDSM, nothing wrong with a little exploration, nothing wrong with a little play. But what do we see in the background? People watching and having something to say. And so I feel like that's the energy here. It's like, this is what we want. The masculine and the feminine are on the same page, but you guys are being influenced by outside parties and allowing their judgments to kind of interfere in your energies. Four Cups is normally an energy of like not seeing the blessings around us, being a little bit ungrateful, right? So I feel like it's funny because that's normally the energy, but I feel here with this open like gateway, it's kind of like, let's walk through it and let's walk through it to our pleasure. Like, let's do this together. Again, it's this beautiful, supportive masculine and feminine energy. I feel like y'all are on the same page. You're just being influenced by outsiders or exes or even like the judgments of society. I feel like you're holding back because if people knew, you feel like if people knew, they would judge you. That's what it is. It's not if people knew, they would judge you. You feel as if people knew how erotic, how sexual, how confident you are, how much you enjoyed sexual pleasure, that you would be judged. And there's feminine and masculine energies surrounding this dynamic that are causing the issues. The feminine energy is more subtle, but the masculine energy is kind of aggressive. So the masculine energy might even be like an ex, showing up or sending rude messages, or it's like a person that will like, say you send, all right, let's say you send nude pics to your boyfriend or your girlfriend and you guys break up or whatever. So them in their anger and their spite and their pettiness decide to start posting your pics online or sending them to your family or something like that. It's like something that petty. That masculine energy is mad petty. Whereas the toxic feminine energy around is more like familial, familial, family, or I don't know why I'm having problems saying words, but it's a family orientated. So I feel like the energy is subtle. It's like a mom and a sister that are just kind of whispering in the ears. Just tap into your own energies, right? And remember that a relationship is not a community project. It's between you and that person. So the more you leave the door open for people to walk through it into your relationship, the more they will. All right. Get some final messages. Anything else, angels and guides? Okay. All right. So we got the Queen of Pentacles. Love that. And the King of Pentacles. Let's talk about this. So again, like I said, the masculine and feminine, y'all are on the same page. Y'all know what you want. Y'all about to go get it. Like, there's this energy between you. Like, yes, this is what we want. We're ready to go get it. But there's this nonsense of like just out. There's just this toxicity underlying in the background. I feel like there's like an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife or something that's just kind of like, they got a lot to say about your dynamic, right? Because for you, divine masculine, divine feminine. You guys, this is like a wish come true. Like, this is fulfillment. This is everything that you've ever wanted. But there's these energies, these other energies. Again, there's like toxic feminine energy in toxic feminine family energy around, and then there's a toxic masculine energy around. The masculine energy feels like a former lover. The feminine energy feels like family. So however that works out in your dynamic, I don't know. But that underlying energy is kind of what I feel like is causing like conflict in situations, like why y'all not on the same page. Not why you're not on the same page, but why things might be moving a little bit slower than either of you desire. You guys are ready though, right? There's this really mature masculine energy around, emotionally mature masculine energy. And this feminine who's just open to it. She's open to all of it. But, and it's taking the strength of the feminine to tap into these energies, to fully tap in. That's amazing. So it might take some strength, it might take some perseverance, but you're fighting the good fight, right? You're fighting for your pleasure, for your... This is about, again, relationships aren't community projects, right? When we open the door to our relationships, people think that they can walk on in, right? They have comments, they have judgments. How often is it that you're in a dynamic with someone, and when you call your friends or whatever to talk about them, you just really, especially if you're a female, right? When we're talking, boyfriend is doing great, yeah, everything's good, whatever, but you're not really calling your friends about that. But when things are shitty, every single friend on your phone gets a phone call. Girl, can you believe what he did? Can you believe what he did? Can you believe what he did? Right? Over and over and over again. So when your friends finally meet this person, right, and all they've heard is all the negative stuff, none of the really good stuff, they're gonna have a judgment, right, ahead of time, like, of what this person is. So if you allow that to happen, then every time something occurs, you've opened the door. Not only do you got something to say and your partner has something to say, but so does all the people that you decided to invite into your relationship, right? So you guys get lost in the sauce. You get disconnected. It's no longer just about you. You've made your relationship a community project. So it's just a reminder to focus on your partner, have your partner focus on you, and to stop letting the outsiders influence you, whether it's females in your family or males, whoever it is. Friends, family, the people that say that they love us the most, remember, it's between you and your partner. And as you guys are exploring sexually, and I see a lot of exploration going on here, it's going to take you to a different level because you guys are connecting already. As you're shifting from just penetration to other forms of eroticism and pleasure, you're shifting to a deeper form of love and sexual and sensual pleasure. You're taking yourself back into your soul. So don't be so hard on yourself during this process, and don't judge yourself. Don't criticize yourself, again, for your pleasures, for your fetishes, for your desires, for the things that you want to explore. Find a healthy, safe partner to do these things with, and take it one day at a time. All right? I love it, freaky deeks. Whoever it is, enjoy your food, enjoy being food, and enjoy your weekend. I love you guys. God loves you. Angels surround you, and I shall see you soon. Later, beloveds.